So behind the scenes is really, really funny. If you all knew what we were talking about right back here, you're going to find out a little bit of it. But this is Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host. And of course, we're at the fabulous Peppermill Lounge. It's absolutely wonderful down here. This has been open since 1972. And the food here is excellent, but the portions are humongous. They're just absolutely fabulous. And of course, this is Elvis Presley. This is the booth that Elvis Presley was sitting, not necessarily the couch. I think they've changed it since.
Oh, here I was feeling it.
You're feeling it. She's trying to get the Elvis touch. The Elvis touch. She's trying to get this.
Somebody didn't hit record. If you hit record, well,
yeah, that was actually a phone going off, but not mine. Mine went off on the last interview. Anyway, we have Dawn and the Sex Machine.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Dawn is actually all about sex, which she couldn't be in a better place than Las Vegas. And of course, you know, I'm looking at something here and it says, humanity back to sexuality. So what does all that mean? What does this mean down here? And this is Dawn of Sexx.
Dawn of Sexx, bringing humanity back to sexuality. We've become so detached.
Well, yeah,
and
we went through
we
this
talked
before.
about this a little bit before.
Because in Europe we're more romantic. Sex is not a bad word in Europe.
Right.
But in America you say sex, oh, it's like something, it's like, oh,
everybody freaks out and it's so upsetting.
Sex has been here since the beginning of time. And believe me, it's not going away.
No, and we want it more. And we desire it. And it's just
perfectly normal.
It is. And it's very Dawn of Sexx, double X, than even the name
wait,
of my show.
Wait. Dawn of Sexx, double X.
Yes.
Now, we're going a little into the risque part here, because double Sexx means certain things.
Yeah. Well, triple X means certain things.
Let's just talk about double X.
Okay. Well, double X came because I could not get the domain name with one X.
Oh, so you only wanted one X.
Yes, but last month, the domain name with one X came up.
Oh.
So now, isn't that great? God has a plan.
Yeah, yes. A plan for you. By the way, you've changed. Last time, you've put more makeup on. You've got your different color hair.
Yeah.
Doesn't she look amazing?
Oh, thank you.
Now, what exactly do you do? Let's get down to brass tacks.
Yes.
Or sex.
Brass tacks.
Do you open people up to enjoy, or what do you do? You have seminars? What do you do?
Yes, all of the above.
Okay.
I have personal customers, clients that come to me. I have a gentleman that came to me within 3 months. He was in a terrible relationship, living with a woman that said...
I'm not getting sex.
Well, no, he was getting sex, but he was being humiliated during it.
Oh.
And saying, oh, just come over here and let me do this to you, or are you done yet during it? And those are very humiliating things to say to anybody on the other end.
That would be, yes.
And so we talked about that, and basically how she was pretty much over that relationship and what it would take for him to get back into that relationship, and was it worth it to him?
Oh, he wants to get back in the relationship with her.
That's what he had to decide. Oh. That's what I help him decide. You know, we weigh it out.
Did he really want to do that?
No. He didn't. He decided against it, which I thought was in his best interest.
A very good idea.
But it has to come from them.
Yes,
otherwise, if it comes from me or anybody else,
it's your idea, not his idea.
Well, it has to be what he wants, and we figure that out.
Yes.
And then
now, as a man, just one second. As a man, was he a little bit embarrassed coming to you and sort of opening up and talking about this? Because I would imagine for a man, this is very hard to kind of talk about.
Well, I make it easy.
There you go.
And I think I make it easy because I'm so willing to share my life and my experiences and how real and raw they are.
Yeah.
And we're all pretty much the same. Yeah. And you know,
some people talk about it, and some people are very, they're shy about it. Yeah.
And it's very enlightening, and it's like a breath of fresh air when you can share that with somebody
and you open
who cares, and they open up and they find out they don't have to live like that. It's not good to feel bad.
Don't feel ashamed. A lot of people feel ashamed of having sex. Why? It's a normal thing.
It's very normal, and we are all so sexual, and that's who we should be and explore, and it makes us happy. And you know, when you walk into the room, if there's that person that
I'm just going to ask you that. I'm just going to ask you this question. When you walk into a room and you immediately eye somebody or whatever, and you have that attraction, maybe not necessarily sexually at that moment,
right, but that energy.
But you have that energy. How does that work? Because it's sort of, you know, it's that attachment.
Well, that's what you find out. First of all, don't put labels and expectations on that energy.
Okay.
Don't, just go with that energy.
Go with the flow.
Right, and walk up to that person with a smile. And a great secret is, have a smile on your face, just like this, like you have a secret that everybody wants to know. And if you walk in like you have a secret that everybody wants to know, it puts a sparkle in your eye, and it's a great conversation, people, you know, and it attracts people to you. But introduce yourself. And that's what I teach in my classes, how to introduce yourself with the question that leads them for a conversation.
Because there's always that kind of that attachment and that charisma that kind of goes on. And you look at each other and you don't know each other, and you know there's something... He knows something going on. I know something's going on. And
go
you know it.
Yeah, go introduce and find out what's going on. Get it going on.
Get it going on. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, let's go.
Now, then I'm going to ask another. This is a hypothetical question, I think. What happens when you have a guy or a girl, whichever, either side, man or woman, and you walk out? I think men it's okay for, but women, when you go and you see somebody and you're attracted to that person, but you're really with this guy and you're supposed to be attracted only to this guy, and you should not be attracted to somebody. What goes on there?
I think
that's like, do I really love him? Do I really want to be with him? Do I really like him?
We are very sexual people.
Okay.
Okay. And there's no way around that. We are. We lead with our sexuality. And if you're married, right, and if you're married to somebody or dating somebody and with somebody else that you're attracted to, I still say go introduce yourself. Maybe that energy isn't for making love or that you should be in a relationship.
Just to say hello.
Maybe it's that they have some information that God wants you to know. Or have some business.
So what I'm saying to the ladies out there, more so to the ladies that have a guy, that don't feel that, oh, I'm attracted or I want to talk to this other guy, means I'm not in love with this guy.
No, not at all.
So I think that has to be, we just cleared it up.
Not at all.
Because men can do it. Men can be with a woman, they can see another woman and are attracted, they can actually go to bed with them, and it means nothing to them.
Well, whereas that's the hunter-gatherer.
The hunter-gatherer.
They're hunters, we're gatherers.
Yes.
But I think taking that initial step and being yourself around people and being open to people and the conversation and saying hi and just engaging. That's what my Dawn of Sexx classes are about. How to engage, how to compliment, how to open up the space so when I talk to you and ask you a question, you have something to respond. You're not a yes or no question.
Yeah. Do you think a woman, it's okay for a woman to sort of lead, or, you know, because a lot of women don't like to do that, then a lot of men don't. So if a woman wants to, is that okay?
Oh, I think it's a necessity nowadays. Social media has taken the hunter out of most men. And
people become equal.
Exactly, and it's not equal out there. I mean, relationships, we know this. Relationships are not equal. Women are far superior, but we...
I love that. Women are far superior. Well, I've always thought that, but never said it.
But we love men, and we want to make you more superior.
Yes.
And that makes a good woman for a good man. Yeah. And that's what we're here to do, is lift each other up in a relationship.
The reason I'm asking all these questions is because I was married for 29 years. And there was not ever another man that I was attracted to as of a sexual partner or wanting to do anything. But to say hello or just to talk with them, because I think it's perfectly normal for a woman to have boyfriends as friends.
Right.
I think it's first of all normal.
Yes.
But a lot of men don't understand that. But my husband never had to worry because
and why they don't understand that is they're not secure within themselves. And that's what Dawn of Sexx is here to do, is enlighten everybody to their human their humanity,
element.
their human element, their humanity, so they can become
It's
sexual
perfectly normal.
again. It's normal, it's healthy, and it's okay to like things. Like, I interviewed a drag queen, a young up-and-coming drag queen on my show. And the conversation ended up leading to one of my partners dressed up in my panties, because they're silk and they're lacy and they're soft and they're sexy. And it was a total surprise to me, but it ended up really great. But it ended up really great. And it wasn't that he was gay or that he wanted to dress like a woman.
This was what he did.
It's just it was a surprise for me. It was a fun sexual fantasy. It was really hot to feel somebody else's lace panties on me.
Wow.
I mean, it was, you know, it's some fun and some play. And you don't, just because you act out and you have a fantasy, doesn't
mean that you're bad.
It doesn't mean you're bad. It doesn't make you. It doesn't label you.
No.
It's like reading a book and enjoying it.
But
it's
that's also a very personal thing, because it's normally done in a home or in your home or his home or someone's home. So it's nobody actually knows about it. The only thing is you know about it. And I guess what you're saying, Dawn, is do not feel ashamed of it.
Oh no, don't in yourself.
Take it on as something. This is what you like. Not everybody likes things like that. I don't like things like that. I've never ventured into anything like that.
Right.
But doesn't mean to say I wouldn't. Well, I probably wouldn't.
But if it's surprised on you,
well, me being in the entertainment business, nothing surprises me anymore. It doesn't mean to say I have to be part of it.
Right. And you don't.
And I probably wouldn't be part of it, but at the same time, I'm not against it. And if that happens, it happens.
Right. And if you are part of it, afterwards is the perfect time to discuss that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it this time, but, you know, I think I'd rather do other things with you, is a great way to say that. And it's just like, you know, I teach that too. How to break up without losing face or leaving a negative space.
Oh, I agree with you 100% on that. When you've had an intimate time with somebody, and when you've loved somebody, and you have to break up, and you absolutely hate each other, and you're never going to see each other again, that's not good.
No.
It's not good for the soul. It's not good for yourself.
Not good for you. And even if you go out with somebody a couple times and you don't sleep with them, this is a small town. And you don't sleep with someone. But you're smart.
I don't date in this town. I have a guy in LA, that's why I don't date in this town.
She flies in.
There you go, I fly. But
so, like my girlfriend was going out with this guy, and she was like, after the conversations, I'm like, I don't think this is going to work. And she's like, oh, try it. I'm like, I don't think so. So they went out and they had these prior plans from one date for another. And he was awesome in it. The plan was to go book shopping and to get her a book. Okay, so when he got the book for her, and it was around the holiday times, he called her, and I thought this was perfect, so kudos to you, sir. He said, I'm going to give you this book, and when you become a star, you autograph it and give it back to me.
How beautiful.
How beautiful, right? And she was just elated over this and how happy. And I go, that was the most beautiful goodbye I've heard for a long time.
How sweet.
And then she just went, he's not saying goodbye to me. I said, oh yes, he said goodbye to you in a most beautiful way.
And because of the beautiful thing he did, she now didn't want him to go.
You get it? And that's another thing we talk about in the Dawn of Sexx classes is we make lists on what do you really want, what feels right,
and I think that is the main
doesn't.
thing, and then we have to cut out. But I think the main thing is do not be shy or inhibited as a person of what you really want. And I'm not talking only about sex. I'm talking about business. I'm talking about everyday life. I'm talking about your work. I'm talking about everything. Don't be afraid or inhibited, and don't keep putting yourself down.
And a
People do that.
Oh, they do, and it's so wrong.
Yes.
And a great Richter is if you feel bad and it just doesn't feel right, and you get that, oh, I don't know, don't do it. just don't do it.
Yes.
Do something that feels good. Like my resolution, did you make any resolutions for the new year?
Well, my list is so long.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I started
actually.
with a long list like that. And then I rewrote it, and my resolution this year for 2017 is just joy.
Joy.
Just to
Actually,
be joyful.
I do have one, and my particular one was to be nicer to everybody. I'm very good with people. I give a lot, I do a lot, and I help a lot of people. But I want to help more.
Oh, I know. Doesn't it feel good?
I want to help more because I see it's like today. I was at the light, and there was a woman in a wheelchair, and she wanted some money. So I literally put my car into gear, and I got some money. I got out of the car, and I didn't worry about all the cars behind me.
Yes, you can.
Because she couldn't get out of the wheelchair. So I went over and I gave her the money. But the light didn't change anyway, so God was on my side. The light was still red, so it was really fine. But I did that because I thought I really wanted to do that.
Because you felt it.
Everything was stopping me, and I thought, well, why would I let that stop me?
That's what people have to go for in life.
Don't let it stop you.
That's the space everybody needs to move
on that,
into.
Dawn, we've gone way over where we usually go. But
We
that's
always
typical
do.
Dawn.
We like to go a little
How
further.
can they reach you, Dawn?
You can go to Dawn of Sexx, XX@gmail.com. You can call me at 702-808-2305, and we will go from there. I do paid
anything. I mean,
consulting.
She consult on anything regarding sex, and also part of your other life as well. I'm sure you can help them as well.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Dawn, thank you so much. You've enlightened me. You've enlightened me. I'm not going anywhere. I got one guy, and that's fine with me. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.